What's up, everyone? It's your girl Ariana Chanel, and y'all already know last night was Monday, so another episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta premiered, and I'm here to fill you all in. So we first kick off the episode with Erica meeting with Melissa and her friend Albie, and she's describing the Estelita situation to them and how she came in on the studio session, and they're like, oh Lord, here it go. And then she tells them about, Stevie and how she wants to work with him. And Melissa's like, I don't think that's a good idea because, Melissa knows about the whole Jocelyn situation, Mimi situation. So she's like, this probably isn't the best look. But Erica's like, look, I just want to get a record out of him because I need to get my music out there. So they just tell her to be careful. So then Estelita meets with Mimi, and Estelita explains the Erica situation and how she felt at the time. And then she even says, like, Erica asked me if I slept with Stevie, but I denied it. However, it's true. So she confesses to Mimi that she did sleep with Stevie once. And Mimi was like, she wasn't mad, but she was just waiting on Estelita to tell her because she knows how he is. So when Estelita told her, she was worried that Mimi would be upset. But Mimi's like, girl, I do not care about him, trust me. But are you okay? And then Estelita gets really emotional and she's like, telling about her past and her childhood, how she had to strip when she was 14 and been through an abusive relationship, and so she was able to get out of that, and she just doesn't want to have to go back there, and she knows what she's capable of. And so Mimi just tells her, you gotta just figure it out. So Sierra the Glam Shop is back. She was dating Shooter last season, and Shooter cheated on her with her assistant Mariah, and that was that whole fiasco. So now she's back and she has a new man. His name is VK Brasco, and they're out to lunch. And he's basically saying, you're still married to Shooter, so, what can we really do? And she's saying that she thinks she loves him, but they want to remain friends because he's saying he don't want to mess anything up and they should just probably take things real slow. Meanwhile, Rashida's mom comes to Rashida's house, and, Rashida's mom tells her, Jasmine came to press, and Rashida was shocked. She was like, why did she come? And, she tells her that, well, she wanted to tell you that Kirk's the father. But Rashida tells her mom, like, hey, I already handled the situation, kinda. But me and Kirk already pretty much had that conversation. And she doesn't really know how she feels about Jasmine. Like, she doesn't like her and she doesn't want her kids to be around her. But she's confused because she came to press. And it seemed like she was trying to be messy, according to Rashida. So she don't really know how to go about the situation. But she does know that she needs to have a talk with Kirk and the kids. So Erica has her welcome to Atlanta party. She invites pretty much everyone. And, Erica specifically asks for Tommy because she got a little crush on Tommy. So when Tommy pulls up with Melissa, Erica just goes straight to the chase. She's telling Tommy how good she looks. It's just really, like, right on her. And Tommy's like, I don't really know how I feel about this situation because Tommy's like, last time I tried to mess with a female, Jocelyn, things got real crazy, so she didn't really know how to really take in Erica, so she ended up leaving. Then Estelita and Mimi pop up to the party, and Erica's confused, so she's like, last time her and Estelita really got into it, she didn't know how it was going to go this time. And then Melissa and Mimi, they're not even cool, but Melissa pulls Mimi to the side and, tries to make up for everything that happened last season. And Mimi's just at a place, she just wants to be in her new relationship, and she just wants to be on a high and by level with Melissa. But they ended up saying that they're just going to be cordial, so Mimi's really just not really worried about Melissa. So then Estelita and Erica talk, and it gets really, really, really emotional. Erica's sitting there telling her, like, I'm sorry I didn't want to bombard your studio session, but I just need to see how he treated you because I've been through a similar situation with Rich. And she gets real emotional, starts breaking down, crying, and telling Estelita, like, you can't let men take advantage of you because that's what these type of men will do in the industry. And, just gives her that sisterly advice. So then we have Jasmine talking to her mom about the whole Kirk and Rashida situation, and she tells her how she went to press, and her goal is to just have her son and the rest of his kids, become family, and that's really her only goal. But then she says that Kirk doesn't want to be around the child, like he hasn't come and seen him, and it's been 2 years, and she just wants Kirk to be a part of the child's life. And so she wants to sit down and talk to Rashida, just be woman to woman, so we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, Rashida actually calls Kirk over to the house, and all his kids are sitting there, and Kelsey, because she works at press, she actually was there when Jasmine, popped up. And so she was like to Kirk, you need to get this stuff together. Why is she coming to press? Like, I can't believe you're really the father of her child, because they didn't know yet. So they end up discussing everything, and she pretty much tells Kirk, like, you need to go see your child because at the end of the day, we want him to be part of our family as well. Now, Tommy does end up meeting up with Erica again to give her back her bracelet she accidentally took. And, you know, when Tommy meets up with Erica, Erica's like, I hope you didn't, like, leave because I was coming too strong. But Tommy's like, look, I don't roll like that. And they end up discussing music. And, you know, Tommy's trying to do her music. Eric's trying to do hers. So they end up talking about working together and just coming together and being friends. So then this is when the episode gets a little messy. So then Sierra actually, you know, comes to the shop. She has her shop. And Tokyo Vandy's there. She's the newest cast member. And she's doing music out here in Atlanta. And she did that song, if y'all remember, That's My Best Friend, That's My Best Friend. Yeah. So then Carly comes there and her, Sierra's mom actually pops up too. So Tokyo's talking about her relationship with this new guy, Tobias. He does music too. And so they're going to be together within this season. And then Sierra explains her new situation with BK Braska. So then her stylist says, you know, she talks about Shooter and everything. And her stylist's like, are you sure that Mariah is the only thing Shooter's done? And Sierra's like, okay, well then tell me what he did. So then the stylist is like, you know, he has a 2-year-old son and a baby on the way. And like everyone's just looking at her confused because it's like, how do you know this information? And then she tells them like, oh, I do her hair. She comes to the salon all the time. So Sierra's like, what the hell is going on? Like every time she has an employee, they end up telling her something about her man. But then they're supposed to be getting divorced, so it's kind of like a messy situation. So she fires the girl right then and there. And the girl's like, why are you mad at me? I'm just trying to tell you the truth. So I guess we'll have to see what happens next season. So I guess we'll have to see what happens next episode to see where that situation gets handled. But be sure to tune in next week for another recap. And oh, go on thepettypunch.com for your latest entertainment and gossip news.